Well, the moment we've all been waiting for, the Sony a7R III is in stock in the Digital Goja showrooms. We're going to do an unboxing and an overview. Stay tuned. All right, so follow me over to the Digital Goja studio. We're going to unbox this guy and take a quick overview. Here we go. We're going to take a look at what Sony provides inside this box of the a7R III mirrorless body. First thing we're going to find is a bunch of pamphlets, paperwork, and of course a warranty card which states it's 1 year, manufacturers only in the US, and if it's purchased from an authorized dealer like Digital Goja. And some instructional pamphlets. Honestly, I would suggest going online and downloading the full PDF file. That's going to be much more accurate. And this is a nice surprise. Here is a power cable. So what does that mean? Obviously, we're going to be charging in a brick. We will no longer be charging in the camera. Thank you, Sony. Next up, of course, here is the obligatory A7 series camera strap. This allows you to take your beautiful a7R III with you everywhere. Again, easy to take with you. And right underneath that, this is the big surprise. Here it is. The FZ100 battery that we were so happy to receive in the A9, we now have it in the a7R III. Larger milliamp capability means much more efficient power consumption, and we have a longer stamina. Thank you, Sony. Next up, here we have a USB-C 3.1 cable. This is going to allow you to transfer all your data, and while transferring, you can even charge the camera from the host port on your favorite laptop. So this is a fantastic upgrade. Again, Sony does it again. And right underneath is the power brick. So this is what's going to allow us to charge that incredible FZ100 battery. And notice how you will put your power cord cable here. It is a USA plug, but you can get other adapters for other countries. But the beauty of it is that the power brick is 100 to 240 volts, so it will change automatically for you. And of course, it gives you a readout of the condition of the battery. And next up is a cable management connector, which is going to guarantee that you keep your cables properly attached to your favorite computer without having any mishaps. We don't want to have any of those. And here is the most important part, the new Sony a7R III mirrorless full frame body. What a beauty. Now we're going to go over to the showroom and take a look at its features and its capabilities. Now we're going to take a little bit of a quick look at this beautiful beast of a camera because I'm sorry, I don't have enough of these. Sony, we need more. These things are flying off the shelf like hotcakes. Well, they did it again. The a7R III is a beast. We're talking about a 42 megapixel. So if you're shooting landscapes or product photography, if you need the ultimate in megapixel in a full frame, this is it. It's got the Exmor R BSI CMOS sensor. That means it's backside illuminated. Plus you also have their newest in image processing, the BIONZ X image processor, which has front-end LSI. Focusing capabilities, oh my God, we're talking about 399 focus points with 425 phase detection contrast, 10 frames per second. Remember, the standard in sports photography has always been 10 frames per second. This now has the best eye focusing capability on the market. You can shoot 10 frames per second in single shot and continuous shooting. It's going to track your model's eye perfectly. I mean, even if they're not even looking at the camera, you can get this guy to continuously focus on them. Now, of course, we're talking about Sony. So the video capability is fantastic. We're dealing with Ultra HD at 30 frames per second. And if you're into 1080 and you like to do slow-mo, this guy's gonna let you shoot up to 120 frames per second. Plus, having clean HDMI out, you can do your Ultra HD at 4:2 sampling. So you have this beautiful 3-inch screen that gives you touch to focus capability. That way you can touch on the screen and lock your focus on the subject matter. Plus you have some of the best electronic viewfinder on the market. It's over 3 million pixels. This guy is quad VGA, so it's super bright. If you've looked through an A9, you're gonna love it because that's basically what you're getting here. Of course, full weather sealing and dust proofing. And remember I mentioned the landscape photographers? This guy allows you to do with the pixel shifting up to 169 megapixel image, which you can create post-production with the 4 images that it creates for you using Sony's provided software. I mean, I can't talk enough about this. You still have the 5-axis image stabilization, but they stepped it up a notch. So you actually have 5.5 stop capability in the sensor shifting mechanism. And of course, you'd have a dual slot because that way you can work with the ultra-fast UHS 3 cards that are on the market, and of course your standard UHS cards. So you have 2 card slots. You can go back and forth between them or shoot RAW and video. It's incredible. You have built-in Wi-Fi with Bluetooth capability, so you have a nice secure connection. And of course you have the capability of shooting at the super high ISOs. That's one of Sony's fortes. You're up to 102,000 ISO on the A7R III. Again, USB 3.1 and it's a USB-C, so that means that you can be charging the camera while connected to the host port. So that means you could be downloading images and charging it at the same time. Plus you have, of course, their new battery like I showed you in the unboxing. The FZ100 is a beast. It allows you to shoot over 600 images with this electronic viewfinder or over 300 images using the big bright LCD. Plus, again, you have the stamina that we were looking for. Thank you, Sony, for listening to us. And that seems to be the new standard now. It's going to be the FZ100 battery. Probably will be available in most other cameras that they'll put on the market. But again, if you've been sitting on the fence and you're thinking it's time to jump on board with a full frame camera, you absolutely have to take a much closer look at the A7R III. This guy is going to give you everything you need for both incredible still imaging and fantastic video. Remember, S-Log, you have the S-Log3, so you have a hybrid system that allows you to view it in real time. It's just going to allow you to do anything you need, whether you're doing stills, sports, portraiture, landscape, and of course, fantastic video. Look no further than the Sony A7R III. As always, if this video helped you out, don't forget to hit us up with that like button underneath and subscribe to the channel for future unboxings, sneak peeks, frequently asked questions. And if you're ever in the Miami area, don't forget to come by and say hello to Adam and I at the Digital Goja showrooms. Happy shooting.